Hi, I'm Chris, founder of Truth Endurance. First of all, I want to thank you for taking the time to visit our site, and I'm happy to see that you are taking the necessary steps to reach your health and fitness goals. Back in my mid-20s, around 2007, 2008, I was 65 pounds overweight. I let bad habits take away things that I should have been doing in the prime of my life. And actually, here's a picture of me of what I look like. Me and my beautiful wife. This was me. I was about 27 in this picture. Weighed in right around just shy of 270. And what happened during this time was the more weight I gained, the worse I began to feel. The worse my knees felt, the less I wanted to go out and do anything active because it hurt to move. This began a couple-year journey of yo-yo dieting where I would lose 20 or 30 pounds and then I would gain 20 pounds back. It wasn't until my wife bought me a mountain bike that really my life started changing. My healthy habits started to kick in. I started riding that mountain bike quite a bit actually. I even was starting to ride to work. I would ride to the gym, and there was something about that bike. That bike just fueled a passion within inside me. And that mountain bike, after riding that for a couple years, I decided I wanted to venture into road cycling. And we bought my wife and I both bought road bikes. Jennifer and I bought road bikes, and that fire inside me, that passion with cycling just all of a sudden lit. And the more I started riding, the healthier I wanted to become because I wanted to get faster on the bike. Now that I look back on it, I try to figure out what happened, and I look back, and you see, as a child, I used to love to ride bikes. I rode my bike everywhere until a certain point in my life, and that point was when I got my driver's license. As soon as I got my driver's license, then the bike got put in the garage, started gathering dust, and I started putting on weight because I wasn't moving anymore. And so getting back on this bike, it was like I was a child, and that led to my new passion, which is triathlons. Ironman triathlons is what I do now, and it was all fueled from a mountain bike. And the more I moved with these different activities, the more I rode my bike, the more I started to run, the more I started to swim, the more I want to move, the healthier I want to become, the better I want to eat, because all of that leads to crossing the finish line in the end for the triathlon. And so I'm going to talk to you today about a couple of the steps that I used over the past 7 or 8 years to go from being 65 pounds overweight, from not having any energy, not even hardly able to run a mile, to losing 65 pounds and becoming an Ironman triathlete. So my first step is find your passion. What are you passionate about? What drives you? There's got to be something inside you that's burning that you love to do. Now, that could be centered around movement. It could be riding a bike, rollerblading, skateboard, or it could be knitting. It could be cooking. We all have something that drives us, and it's good to find that thing that drives you, because then we can start to use movement to kind of feel that other passion. The more you move, it means the more that you can go do this other thing. It means the longer you can knit, the longer time you have with your grandchildren, go out and play with your kids. Whatever your passion is, find that passion, and then start to use that to drive your movement and to drive your healthier lifestyle, so that you can continue to participate in that thing that drives your passion. My second step is be intentional with movement. We are in the digital age, and movement, it's getting cut out of our life. Everything we do now is centered around sitting, and we weren't designed to sit for long periods of time. We were designed to move, and so we need to really be intentional with movement. If that means getting up every 5 minutes, or 5 minutes every 25 minutes, and going for a short walk, then that's what you need to do, or 5 minutes every 55 minutes. Start to be intentional with your movement. Add movement into everyday activities. There's different hacks that you can use. Grocery store, park farther away in the parking lot so that you get a little bit more walking time in. Take your kids out and walk with them every evening. Not only is that going to make you healthier, it's going to teach them about healthy habits. And we've all heard this next one. Set goals. What are your goals? We have to have big goals, but inside of those big goals, you also have to have micro goals. If all we have is I want to lose 65 pound goal over here, but we don't think about all the little micro goals it's going to take to get us to that big goal, then we're going to give up. So set your big goal and then start to break it down. What are some micro goals that are going to help you get to that bigger goal? Maybe it's to lose 1 pound a week. This is a journey, and you have to embrace that journey. In that journey, my next thing is expect setbacks. There are going to be setbacks at times. And it's human nature. When we experience a setback, when we're on our way to a goal and we're in that journey and a setback comes our way, the first thing we want to do is start to beat ourselves up. So if your goal is to lose weight, let's say, and you've lost 10 pounds, and then the next thing you know, that 10 pounds has come back on, please, please, please don't beat yourself up. It's just a setback. It doesn't mean that you're a failure. All it means is you're going to learn from this setback, you're going to get back on, and you're going to start moving forward to your goal. And you've learned. As long as you keep on learning, it's not truly a setback. So learn from your setbacks. Don't beat yourself up. Keep moving forward. Setbacks don't define you. What defines you is, did you learn from it and did you move forward? So the next step I have for you is to enjoy the journey. This is a journey. This is not a sprint. This is about a lifetime race of living a healthier lifestyle. So like I mentioned before with the micro goals, you have to set the micro goals. And when you reach those micro goals, make sure you're celebrating. It's a celebration when you hit a goal. That's why we need those micro goals. That's why we have this big goal over here and then little micro goals. It allows for us to celebrate and see that we're making progress to our bigger goal. So the steps that I have, the steps that took me from 65 pounds overweight to not having any energy, not being able to hardly move, to becoming an Ironman triathlete are: find your passion. What drives you? What is that thing inside you that's burning? And then use that to fuel your movement. Step number 2, be intentional with your movement. Add movement into every aspect of your life. Step number 3, set goals. Set bigger goals and then set micro goals along the way. Expect setbacks, and if they happen, don't beat yourself up. Learn from it and keep moving forward. And finally, enjoy the journey. Remember, this is a process. This is not about a 2 or 3 month lose 30 pounds as fast as you can. This is about healthy weight loss. This is about getting you to an Ironman triathlon, crossing that finish line of your first 5K, whatever your goal is. It's a process, and so you need to enjoy that process, celebrate along the way, and then finally get to your goal. Now, truth endurance, the thing that fuels us, that drives us, one of our passions is seeing others reach their goals. So whatever your goal may be, whether it's to lose 20 pounds, to run a marathon, to cross the finish line of your first 5K, to do an Ironman triathlon, or even a sprint triathlon, seeing you reach your goals is what fuels us. And we would love to partner with you on that journey. Take the first step to reach your health and fitness goals by partnering with Truth Endurance.